Hola, my name is Natalia and welcome to Bori Abroad. So it's the first Travel Tuesday! And I thought we would start this journey with something that everyone wants to know, which is how to travel for free. And I'm not here to give you like bogus tips. I'm here to give you the real deal. Before getting into the video, remember to follow Bori Abroad on all your social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. There is content every Tuesday and Thursday, the travel day.
Future Natalia here. I know in my introduction video I said Travel Tuesdays. I decided to add Thursdays on that. Let's see how it goes. I also mentioned a blog where I would be putting written posts. Decided to just focus on the social media that I mentioned before.
Okay, let's continue. So make sure to follow Bori Abroad on that. Without further ado, here are 5 legit ways on how to travel for free. Number 1, scholarships. As a student, you can get so many scholarships that will give you money and then you go and travel. Many of these scholarships are for undergrad students or graduate students. Some of them aren't for students, so there's something out there for you. I'm going to give 3 examples, which are the most familiar ones that I know people have used. There are hundreds and thousands out there, so you can probably find something that fits your needs. Disclaimer, all of these scholarships that I know are for US citizens. I'm sure there are out there that you don't have to be a US citizen, but these are the ones that I am comfortable talking about. But like I've said, there are hundreds and thousands out there. I'm sure you can find one for you. The first one that we're going to be talking about is, it's a long name, sorry, the Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship. This is a scholarship that a couple of people I know have won, and it gives you up to $5,000 for you to travel during an intersession, I believe. Everyone that I have known that has been awarded the scholarship travels during a summer intersession, which is pretty cool because you're getting credits for college at the expense of a scholarship as well. So you're not just traveling, you're getting like college credits, and you know those can be expensive. These summer intersessions, some people went to Paris, some people went to Madrid. You can use this money for your education, and that's something really cool because you can get your education outside of the US. For these scholarships, you usually have to write an essay or 2 and be in a certain criteria. So just make sure you fit into that. The essays, you can get helps from your different colleagues, professors, your friends who are great writers. These are basically important documents because this is what will make you stand out from all the hundreds of thousands of applicants. So make sure you get your creativity on there and be as genuine as you can. So next we have the David L. Boren Undergraduate Scholarship, and this is a great scholarship for people who want to continue their studies abroad, focusing more on language. I was going to apply for it, and from my understanding, you can basically design your own academic proposal and present it to the Boren committee via the application through essays and things like that, and you can get money for your academic program. Usually this is centered around uncommon places, so not Western Europe, the US, not places like that. They're less common places. I say less common, but you know what I mean. It's places that usually you wouldn't come to mind, at least not to me, from first glance. This scholarship is based on people going to other countries that are not visited as much and learn a new language. I never ended up applying for the scholarship because it was really technical. The application, my advisor was gonna set me up with another advisor to kind of get it done. And you know what? I was very busy and couldn't honestly dedicate the time that it needed to, but it is a great scholarship. I've read great things about it, so give it a shot. Why not? And you can learn a new language in another country for a few months. That's awesome. So the last scholarship that we're going to be talking about is the Fulbright Program, and this is the one that I'm most familiar with because I was awarded a Fulbright scholarship, and that is how I will be going to Brazil for 9 months in a few weeks. The Fulbright program offers both research and English teaching assistantships, so you can apply for either one. You don't necessarily have to be a student for these at the time that you are applying, and Fulbright pays for you to go to a different country, which is amazing. Like, you'll be working there, you have to do a project there. If you're doing research, like, you have to do this whole research thing, but it's something that they are paying you to do. I find it like a good deal. They have scholarships like worldwide. I personally applied to Brazil. That's just a country I was interested in. I know some people applied to Malaysia, New Zealand, like all over the place. They have something for everyone, in my opinion. And Fulbright is known as one of the most prestigious scholarships worldwide, according to Wikipedia. These are a good resume builder. If some of your future employers see some of these scholarships on your resume, you can really stand out within the application poll and stuff like that. So I think it's like a win-win. You get a pretty cool experience plus something on your resume that can get you a pretty cool job at the end of the day. Number 2, teaching English abroad. Now, while I'm not a fan of like the
imperialistic
feeling that teaching English to like other countries has, I feel like if you go with the right mindset, these programs could honestly be something amazing. Teaching English abroad is something that I will be doing for 9 months in Brazil, and I'm more excited for what Brazil and the community that I will be living in and the people have to teach me than what I'm going to teach them. It's also a way for people to like benefit. I'm sure there are people who want to learn English, and I would love to learn Portuguese, so it's an exchange program. But if you go with the mentality to like,
oh, I'm gonna teach English because everyone should like speak the same language, because it would just be easier,
then like, no, this isn't for you. So the first one will be the one that I mentioned before, the Fulbright program. The application for the Fulbright program is kind of rigorous. There are multiple deadlines, 2 essays that you have to write, an extensive application, and it's pretty competitive. So it's like a nerve-wracking process. I remember all the anxiety I had when I was applying. It was pretty bad. But hey, here we are. I asked a bunch of professors and like colleagues and friends to read over my essays. It was something that I really took time to do, and it ended up paying off. Like, hard work does pay off, guys. And when I was doing research on like tips, how to like do this and how to do that regarding Fulbright, I couldn't find much information online. If any of you have any questions about how to apply specifically to the Fulbright one or need help, like, I am always available. You can contact me through messages or DMs. This is something that I want to share. So if you want to see my adventures with Fulbright in Brazil, my 9 months there, it's going to be pretty exciting. Follow Bori Abroad. This is another program that I applied to and got selected for. Unfortunately, I couldn't go on it because I had already accepted the Fulbright. So I was recommended to accept the Fulbright rather than this one. But it's a really good program. It's called Auxiliaries. Auxiliaries de Conversación Extranjero de España. I applied to this program because a friend that I met in Egypt was like, hey, you should apply for this program. And she really guided me through the application process, which for me made it easier than the Fulbright one because it was really hectic. The Auxiliares de Conversación Extranjero de España is basically a Fulbright, but specifically for Spain. You get to be in different provinces, in different cities. I applied for Madrid and the Canary Islands and got Madrid, but I got it like months later. Like, this application process is really long and you don't hear about them for a while. Also with the Fulbright one, like, I spent months not hearing anything, and then like you get the news and then you wait more, and then you wait more, and then you get information, and then you wait more, and it's just a lot of waiting game. If selected for the Auxiliares program, you get a monthly like allowance for you to like get an apartment, get food, and you're in Spain. You can travel Europe easily. You get like 25 hours a week of work. The application process is not that rigorous. Like, you have to make like a letter of interest kind of thing, but it's like 2 paragraphs and it you've done one for another scholarship, you can definitely use it. Definitely another cool way to travel at a low cost, and you will definitely learn from the culture and the people, and I think that's the most important thing when traveling. Number 3 is international forums. This is a way of traveling that I'm very new to, and I've gotten like access to it. I study international studies, had an internship with an organization that is part of the United Nations. So that's how I kind of got into this world, but I did that so you guys don't have to. Like, you got the ins already. Through this method, I've only traveled once, and it was in 2018 in the middle of the fall semester, and I applied to the World Youth Forum in Egypt. The World Youth Forum, I had never heard of it, literally heard of it because my friend told me to apply. They basically pay for your flight, pay for your food, pay for your hotel, and you get to attend this like forum where youth is supposed to be speaking about current issues like climate change and human rights and gender equality. Honestly, if you're interested in that, really cool. The forum was in, I know I'm gonna butcher this name, Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, which is in the Sinai Peninsula by the Red Sea, which is pretty cool. And I spent about 5 days there, and then I traveled to Cairo and spent 1 day with my friend, seeing the pyramids, like sailing on the Nile. It was pretty cool. A lot of like issues here and there, but I'm so glad that I had the experience. I will be putting up little like links here, around here, with other websites that through group chats I've come to find, and it's about different forums, and there's so many forums. Like, if you're into technology, if you're into finance, if you're into climate change, if you're into human rights, if you're into gender equality, like, there is something for you. So I suggest you check this out. Some of them are fully funded. You can definitely find something that is up your alley and get an awesome experience, because even though I had some issues with mine, I still don't regret it. Like, I still talk about that trip, even though it was insane, and you'll know why in the future. Number 4 is volunteering. And you might think, like, doesn't getting paid to volunteer kind of defeat the purpose of volunteering? Yes, you can volunteer in other places. The only 2 that I legitimately know that people go to, they like get the accommodations that they need and the food that they need, is AmeriCorps and Peace Corps. I'm sure there are hundreds of options out there. Like I said, I'm only talking about the ones that I legitimately know work. I have a friend working for AmeriCorps in Kentucky, and she's out there living her best life. You can definitely go to other places in the US. For the Peace Corps, it's a little bit more intense because it is international, but they put you in a lot of vulnerable areas. There are different applications, so you apply for different positions, and they tell you like the deadline, the period that you will be going to that certain country. It is definitely something to check out, and Peace Corps veterans, because they are considered veterans, get priority in a lot of job applications and college applications, so that might be a cool bonus. I considered applying. Again, like, I feel like I was gonna rush my application and just didn't end up applying at all, but things worked out. Last but not least, I feel like this is the least special one, but I had to put it in there because it is a legit way to travel for free, kinda. It's like airline credits or like points and things like that. If you travel frequently with a certain airline, they are giving you like certain points for flights that you buy with them. For example, I travel often with JetBlue, and right now I can buy like some sort of flight with the points that I have gained from spending my own money. So you are getting something for spending your money in that specific airline. I know people who have thousands and thousands and thousands of airline miles, so it is possible. If none of these 5 options work,
you can always get a sugar daddy or something.
No, I'm kidding. If you have ever traveled for free or at a low cost or used any of these, leave a comment down below sharing your experiences, some of your tips. I would love to hear them because we gotta help each other out here. Who doesn't like traveling for free? Like, we're all balling on a budget out here, most of us. I hope you guys like these 5 legit ways to travel for free. I'm sure there are hundreds out there. Like I've said throughout this video, these are the ones that I personally know. I hope you guys like this Travel Tuesday. I will see you guys Thursday. Don't forget to follow Bori Abroad on all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.
Peace out.